Hello everyone, I'm Extra-Cheesy87 and this is Let's Play Trails Into Reverie Part 102. In the previous video it was, well, it was kind of a weird one because I went through quite the ordeal personally, but ultimately made the executive decision to cut the struggle and just cut to us doing the boss fight against Ilya and Riksha, which actually went fairly decently. That wasn't so bad after we made some tweaks and stuff that made things a little bit easier. Now, in theory, we could go fight the boss of the 7th stratum because I went ahead and just did the second half off screen since we did enough. I guess technically we didn't do any of the first half on screen, but I did all that on screen where I recorded it all and was talking, and you know, the boss fights are the most interesting part. Since there is a possibility the 7th stratum is like the end of the post game. I mean, the game did say it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's it, per se. They could be lying to us. It's maybe happened before.
Slab of Reminiscence activated.
I do think we should, in case that is the end of the game, let's make sure we do all of our daydreams first. So, ash me. Yeah, get that spider. Oh, Tovo!
I've wiped my ass with rubber stuff.
Bracer Ash.
Nice going, Ash. You just keep getting stronger.
He's out here recruiting.
Sure do. But those weaklings weren't putting that to the test.
Well, you were a big help all the same. I couldn't have wrapped everything up in a day without you. Still can't get over you volunteering to take out monsters, though. What brought that on?
I was in the area to visit my mom's grave anyway.
I do like Ash getting his own Daydream, though, because I feel like he's one of the characters that's gotten, like, the least out of Reverie. Especially, at least of, like, New Class 7. I feel like, actually, on a word count, Ash probably has the least amount of lines of any of the main party members. Like, of any Cold Steel party members. Like, if I had to make a guess, so I feel like half of the time Ash says anything, I'm like, oh yeah, Ash is here. And that's not because I dislike Ash or think he's a forgettable character. I think he's arguably actually the best Cold Steel character. Or like one of the best. At least the best of the ones introduced in 3 and 4. I think he's my overall favorite there. But he has been extremely underutilized in this game. Which is not necessarily a criticism because there are 50 characters and Ash's character arc is essentially complete in CS4. And he doesn't have as many like stakes involved in like as everyone else. You know, he's not from Crossbell, he's not really associated with any of the Crossbell characters or even the bad guys in Rufus's arc. You know, bad guys in quotes. Now, some are bad guys, some are bad guys in quotes.
Had to take the day off of school to do it, so figured I'd put the time to good use.
Oh, right.
Spare me the meaningful downcast stick. Just figured I'd better come let her know the war's over and everything. That's all. Couple that with getting to pretend I'm a bracer for a bit, and it wasn't a bad way to spend the day.
Oh, I think you could do a lot more than pretend if you want.
Oh, he's recruiting.
Been wanting to recruit you at some point since you're such a natural. Suppose this is as good a time as any.
It's better than being a Jaeger, Ash.
Give it some thought, yeah? You've still got a year to decide what you want to do after graduating.
Granted, actually, maybe the Jaegers pay well, but you know, there's all the potential murdering.
Like I said, I was just trying to make the most of my day.
Plus, the Bracer Guild won't care that you shot the Emperor or whatever. They let Arios back.
Look at you, Mr. Community Service.
By them letting Arios back, it means they have no standards whatsoever.
Cut the shit and just say what you want to say.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just laughing at the idea of you going straight after all you've done.
I never committed to being a bracer.
Of course you didn't. You're just looking for somewhere to run. When Zephyr invited you to join them, you should have accepted right then and there.
I still had things to take care of.
But not anymore, right? Now everything's all wrapped up with a pretty little bow. What a damn joke. In the end, your assassination attempt got hand-waved as a false report, and here you are, living a charmed student life. False report, my ass. It was regicide. Regicide! For you to get off scot-free, there really is no justice in this world.
Look, I know I have to atone for what I've done. And as long as you're inside of me, I know I don't belong with the others.
Boy, you got that right, Ash Carbide.
I feel bad doing this to Schwarzer and my classmates, but I'll be dropping out from the branch campus at the end of the month.
Okay, I really like this because it's fulfilling one of the like first stepping stone. Because firstly, I don't think Ash is as guilty as most of the quote unquote bad characters because, well, you know, mind control. You know, he deserves a little bit of blame for his actions, but at the end of the day, it's not quite the same as some other characters because there was, you know, mind control at play. But I do like showing some of his inner turmoil instead of just kind of basically hand waving it away. So it's kind of, there's like some interesting self-awareness here almost. Because that's definitely one of my problems with some of the characters who get redeemed so easily, is that I feel like they don't go through that show of real remorse and like inner turmoil over their actions, or they just do something that's so bad that I feel like it's very hard for them to just get easily redeemed. Or sometimes they're written like Claire, who, like, I don't know, something about every time she talks just annoys me. Because it's like, she shows some remorse, but I don't know, something about the way her dialogue is written, it just comes across as like, I'm not really sad about what I did, I'm sad that, like, I'm in this position. And maybe that's, like, my own personal bias. To some degree, it definitely is my own personal bias against her, and I don't really know why. I just never really liked Claire much. I mean, she was okay in CS1. I didn't really have a problem with her there. I think it just, you know, honestly, I think what started it, my campaign against Claire, is she is involved in like maybe the single worst scene in the entire series, which is the scene where they cut to her, Sarah, and Toval. And Sarah and Toval say something along the lines of, well, it's not like Osborn's still secretly alive or something. And then Claire just stares directly at the camera. It's like, eh. Which, the only reason that scene... Because on one hand, the scene is not that annoying because Azure spoils that Osborn's still alive. But if you didn't have that scene, Osborn being alive at the end of CS2 is actually like a pretty big surprise. Like, if Azure hadn't spoiled that, then if you take that scene away, Osborn showing up at the end of the game would actually be super surprising, as opposed to being like, oh yeah, we know. And that's why I hate that scene. Apparently Principal Le Guin has some kind of announcement. I wonder. What, got any ideas? I have already wasted a lot of time gabbing. I kind of wanted to get this done like relatively quickly so we had time to do the boss fight as well. But I mean, the fact that there's stuff to talk about is a good thing already compared to some of the other daydreams. I believe your homeroom teacher should have informed you yesterday, just in case any of you missed the memo. I'm pleased to announce the branch campus's very own open house starting a week from today. Now, what do you mean by that exactly? Like, what type of open house? Like, for new students? Excuse me? I'm sure most of you know, Thor's main campus hosts an annual festival. Under normal circumstances, we'd hold something similar, but being strapped for time in our inaugural year, we're trying something new. As a matter of fact, we weren't planning on any events this year, but then along came something that changed our minds. Now, with you students, you've all grown considerably in the years since enrolling. There's much for you all to learn, but you're hardly the helpless little fledglings you once were at the start of the year. Indeed, thanks to your field exercises and combat experience, the branch campus has earned a reputation rivaling the main one. No longer does this school exist in its shadow, and we have you all to thank for that. Stand tall and be proud. When enthusiasm was once anemic at best, we're now inundated with applications for the coming school year. Hope you're all excited. Soon you'll be upperclassmen to a new fresh crop of students. It'll no longer be just us on this campus. Who would have thought? Sounds rather exciting. I can't wait to meet them all in person. It doesn't mean they're basically doubling the student body. And as far as we've known, they've hired one new teacher. As you may have surmised, and granted, they're also losing Michael, so that's just like a replacement. As you may have surmised, this open house is for the incoming class. During this time, the campus will be open to the public. You'd expect many prospective students to visit. Your job, then, is to demonstrate to these visitors precisely what the Thor's branch campus is all about. Child endangerment? Consider it your first opportunity to learn what it means to be upperclassmen and to set the best examples. Needless to say, please don't embarrass the school. Now then, time is of the essence. Get to work preparing for the event. That is all. Dismissed. Like, 'cause I'm not forget, because there was basically just the 1 year, right? Previously? For the branch campus? Unless I'm just forgetting a bunch of characters, which is entirely possible. The day of will be split into 2 sections, morning and afternoon. I don't really know if they ever made a distinction between, like, some characters being upperclassmen and some being underclassmen. I kind of never really thought about that. In the morning will be open classes. The structure will be slightly different than from usual, but you don't need to do much in the way of prep. If anything, that's worse instructors to deal with. You know, some of you managed to live up to the crowd's expectations, oh mighty Ashen Chevalier. Those are having open classes, though. We can't let our guards down either. Exactly. Friends and relatives might drop in to see you, so be prepared. I'm starting to get nervous. Anyway, starting today, I want all of you to use your time after school to prepare for the afternoon section. Spoke about it a little yesterday, but you guys are the main attraction of the afternoon's festivities. Every club is going to be holding an event and inviting guests to come see them. That being said, you don't need to prepare any special stalls or booths or anything. The whole point of this is that the clubs hold events that are closely tied to what they actually do on a day-to-day basis. I see, that allows us to prepare something in a short period of time. The perfect way of introducing the school to potential applicants and advertising our clubs, 2 birds with 1 stone. You guys can discuss with your clubmates and figure out what you want to do. There have been no class presentations this time around, so you should be able to focus your attention squarely on that. And that's about it. I'll let you know about the curriculum at a later date. Is it going to be the War of the Lions? Yeah, it's going to be the War of the Lions. That'll do it for today. Perfect timing, too. Altina, if you would. Right. Stand. Bow. I gotta talk to Jessica and Louise. I also have to talk with everyone from the swimming club. Anybody know who's in the swimming club? Pop quiz? I don't think I can name a single character. My mind immediately is like, okay, what about Klein? What about the lady Laura's friends with? I don't remember anyone from the swimming club in the branch campus. I'll go look for Sydney. Were you guys in a club together? I mean, I know you were are you guys chess clubs? Something like that? I feel like I remember Kurt in chess and Sydney in chess. Ash's book club. Muse's the tea club. Who's in the damn swimming club? Alright, Ash, leaves you with your duties as a member of the organization committee. The hell are you talking about? Yo, Schwarzer, explain yourself. Alright, so I forgot to mention it. You forgot? Sorry, I've had a meeting with the other instructors? What the hell? Music, can you explain things to Ash for me? Of course. That shit's on purpose. Reen's on his damn evil arc. He's a little gremlin. What's this organ or whatever committee? Well, you were absent yesterday. We talked about it during homeroom. The primary job of the Open House Organization Committee is helping the various clubs and making sure things work as planned on the event day. Each class is to choose one person for the job, you see. And after careful consideration, Class 7 picked you, Ash. What the hell are you? It's mandatory each class to pick someone. I get that, but why me? I ain't got time for this BS. You were out of luck the moment you were absent. Now then I have to attend a meeting with the Tea Ceremony Club. I think I speak for everyone when I say we all appreciate your dedication to this, Ash. Are they for real? For real? Hey man, why am I stuck with this doing executive committee bullshit? I think I'm sticking around this joint for much longer. What's the point? So about the open house? Yeah? Guess we have to put something together for it, don't we? Uh-huh. Do you have any ideas? I don't know, we'll put a book up. What if we gave people a quiet space to read and serve them tea and snacks? That could be nice. Maybe. What do you think? I want to hear your opinion too. Yep. Sorry, great that happened to you, or sorry that happened, or whatever. Ash, are you listening? Sure. You and Kurt seem to be getting along awful well lately. It almost reminds me of one of Dorothy's books. Guess so. He fell for the classic ruse. Get his ass. Ash, wake up! What's the fire? Damn. Sorry, it's just, you know, like you were deep in thought and I was starting to worry. I'm just over here brooding. I'm being angsty and shit. It's my thing, alright? You need someone to talk to. I'm always here to listen, okay? I know I probably can't do all that much for you, but still. You always help me so much. This time I want to be the one who helps you. Man, what am I even doing? This isn't like me. What are you... He's getting so worked up about dumb bullshit. This is the last thing I do here. I might as well make it count. You know, I think I'm gonna go all out. What do you mean? I'm in the open house. I'm on the executive committee for it. You're helping run the event? I didn't know that. I didn't exactly volunteer for it. Let's just say it fell into my lap. Is that what's been bothering you, Ash? Sure, I guess you could say that. Something along those lines. Ash on the executive committee, huh? Oh, the more I think about it, though, I'd say the role is perfect fit for you, Ash. You're gonna do great. I'll be rooting for you the whole time. It's just grunt work. Nothing to get all excited about. I'll get it taken care of. More importantly, we need to figure out what we're doing as a literature club. Well, I see we can't half-ass this thing. Unless we go all out, all the other clubs are gonna make us look bad. I mean, it's not really... I mean, there's only 2 people in the literature club. It's not exactly the fairest of competitions. I mean, in chess club, I guess maybe that's just Kurt and Sydney. I feel like most of the other clubs at least have 3 members. And I don't know if anybody's in the swimming club. As far as I'm concerned, it's just Altina. That's true. What do you think we should do? That's a million-dollar question, ain't it? What if we offer a recommendation service? People will come in and we'll suggest books based on their moods and tastes. We can use the library and everything. That's a good idea. Sounds like a perfect thing for a group like ours. Well, we can't stop there and call it good. It'd be lame if that's all we had. Maybe we should set aside time for a live reading. That's a wonderful idea. Let's do it. But who's going to do the reading, and what are they going to read? What do you mean who's going to read? You! Who else is there in the club? Me? I can't read in front of somebody stranger. At least come up with me, Ash. Make Ash read erotica in front of everyone? Afterwards, Ash, together with the fellow committee members Lenore and Stark, spent the ensuing days toiling away at the open house. Eager to make the most of his limited time, he poured every ounce of his energy into making the event a big success. This helped many of the school clubs were able to prepare in time despite the short deadline they faced. After a long week of preparations, it was at last time for the open house to commence. Bro, who's in the swimming club? Who am I forgetting? What characters have just been wiped from my memory? Because, I mean, I remember most everybody else. Because none of the other clubs will have people that surprise me. Which one of you... Was Lenora, were you in the swimming club? That actually makes sense. Oh, was it Wayne in the swimming club? Was Wayne a swimmer? Forgot about him. I thought he just lifted weights all the time, but I can see that. And just like that, a revolution took place in Calvert that led to a massive transformation of its political system. In order to forge better ongoing relationships with our neighboring nation, it's important to understand the democratic ideals that form the backdrop of boo. Democratic ideals, get that shit out of here. It's the real Ashen Chevalier. He's much more serious than I expected. How dashing. I'm so jealous of the students here. I mean, granted, we don't exactly know how democratic Calvert really is. I mean, technically, Erebonia has a democratic system in place. Now, we've never actually seen an election ever happen, but in theory, some people are elected, maybe. He's ridiculously popular. Kind of feels like people are here to see Instructor Reen than they are for the class itself. That Kurt fella sure is handsome, too. I'm so glad I got to see him today. You're in no position to talk, Kurt. A lecture on the arts at a military academy. The idea is well and good, but I've little doubt it's naught but frivolity. Come on, don't be like that. As people educated in the fine arts, it's our duty to warmly watch over them. General Aurelia Le Guin, what's the Golden Rakshasha doing here? I've heard she was the principal. I didn't think she'd teach class directly. Let the lecture begin. First, to be clear, social standing and qualifications mean nothing when it comes to art. While some pieces require some measure of knowledge to understand, all interpretation is up to the person experiencing the art. Yeah, that means I'm always right about whatever I say about the games. I'm going to assume that everyone present understands that extremely basic concept. Am I correct? Let's check out another class. Yes, good idea. Now, today's class is open to the public. I'd love for some of our esteemed guests to speak about arts. Principal Le Guin is not to be messed with. I feel for them, but they did this to themselves. Now, you are required to listen to a piece of music and come up with a name. Yes, this is an objective quiz. You can pick the wrong name. I'm not still mad. I'm not holding a grudge or nothing. Man, a mock battle between students. Talk about a letdown. If I get to see the Golden Rakshasha and the Ashen Chevalier duking it out in person. No kidding, this whole thing's gonna waste everyone's time. They don't know. Gotta love with you, man. I was hoping I'd get to put Schwarz's new plaything through its paces. Should have known better then. There's no way you can show something like that to the public. It looks the exact same. It is not all that impressive. I mean, it looks a little bit cooler than the normal Soldats, but it's not like, oh my god, this is crazy. You know, it's not like they haven't all seen the Divine Knights. Well, seeing as we got an audience here, might as well put on a good show. You game? Yeah, what's the lore explanation for why Reen doesn't have a cool robot anymore? There is a lot of elements of like, what's the official story on all this shit that went down at the end of CS4? Because they just kind of say like Rufus, you know, says that he did everything, but like what exactly does that mean? Like what's the official story on how Osborne died? What's the official story on what happened to the damn fortress and where it came from? What's the official story on what Reen and all them did there and the dang spires and everything? Also gonna go easy on you, Ash. I'll be giving this fight everything I've got. Don't make me mech fight. Don't do it, cowards. Ready, set, fight! What the? These kids got some skills! Serious skills! Mad skills! That's why they were enlisted soldiers! No kidding, I would recruit them in our unit if I could. What kind of training did they get in here? Somebody did not do their research? I mean, you would think the fact that, you know, the class is trained by the mech guy would, maybe be a hint. Class is finally over. I'm dead tired. Hard to ignore all the eyes on you. Don't rest for too long. Our main jobs remain undone. Especially yours, Ash. And whose fault is that? Did my damnedest to help out, so y'all better not waste my hard work. Roger that. We better get to our respective clubs. You'll be checking in on each of them, right? Yeah, just make sure no shit suddenly hits the fan. I'm willing to sell it, I'm already on board, so... Yeah, we get it. You're too cool for school, literally. Now we're rooting for you, so go kick some open house butt. Let's focus on young club stuff. You could stand to be a little more honest. Then he wouldn't be our Ash now, would he? Alright, guess I should get going. This is really it. The end. No regrets, right? I get to walk around!
First things first. Walking around a whole lot.
Damn true, Ash. Damn true.
Can't believe how much I've gotten used to this big-ass building.
A bunch of books. How you feeling about this place? So this has already become the best Daydream? I like it a lot. Honestly, it's totally different from how I pictured a military academy. I could be comfortable here, you know what? I'm gonna try and get in. Glad to hear that. But you do realize you got to do to make that happen, right? Yeah, you're saying that getting in with my level of aptitude is gonna be difficult, right? I'm really gonna study from now on, okay? Hope you'll stand by me. Aren't you a little young? I'm gonna study my head off to... I mean, I guess, you know, maybe you're thinking years in the future. Never expected to change your heart. Glad we came to the open house. Anyone mentions military academies, the main Thor's campus is the first one to come to mind. I studied so I could get in there, but now that I'm here at the branch campus, I find that this place is pretty great too. Not to mention the Asher Chevalier himself is an instructor here. When I get home, I'm gonna hit the books. Hey, well, for the record, the main campus tried to end the world. The branch campus did not. So, I don't know. I feel like it's a pretty easy decision. Anybody in here? Brief me? That's a lot of people. The cooking club. The dining room really does like a bona fide restaurant. 3 additional orders of acerbic tomato omelet rice. Got it, coming right up. Order up smooth mashed potatoes on deck. Running. You didn't have anything in your hands. That's what I call bustling. These girls can cook well enough to rival any restaurants, I'm not surprised. Worried about anything, it's here's your Freddy's open house special. Sorry to keep you waiting. Yes, that's real blood. It's a lavish dish filled with all kinds of specialty ingredients. Please enjoy. Too late. Hopefully they don't complain later. What is this? It's magnificent. It's stimulating and aromatic, rich on the palate with a refined aftertaste. Yes, it's the flavor I've sought for so many years. Please do you say so. It means it was worth hacking up those mountains for the ingredients. I'm impressed. I must contact my foodie friend. Looks like I got some cuckoo customers too. This food seems to be like a hit, so I guess it's fine. Okay, well this is gonna take the whole video then, if there's NPC talking, so that's cool. If this is the last Daydream, it's a nice way to end it. I'm full, there's a whole lot of food. There's so many other items in the menu you want to try out. Now hold it together, Mint. You'll get a hard stomachache. Maybe I can order one more thing? I mean, I'd be contributing to their sales, right? Alright, I'm decided. Let's keep this food train rolling. Freddy's dessert looks super intriguing. This flavor. I'm almost at a loss for words. The Academy Student Restaurant easily surpasses the dining hall at the military base. Well, it's probably not necessarily a high bar. If I could eat this food this good every day, I'd have a lot more motivation to work. If possible, I'd love to leave the cooking to these girls starting tomorrow, even. I could eat food that I'd have all these motivation and whatnot. This soup is something else. The balance between the spicy, sour, and bitter flavors is sublime. Did you use specialty ingredients for this as well? You have keen senses, my friend. Use the extract of a certain botanical monster to offset the richness of the stock. Ah, so that's how you're able to craft such a complex flavor. That and human eyes. The This truly is a dish overflowing with hitherto unknown discoveries. Okay, weirdo, you have fun with that? So happy I bumped into someone who knows what's what. This rat I might be able to serve something even more extreme. A raw, beating heart. Still attached to the body. I'd say this young man needs to hurry up and open his own restaurant. Haha! We still no canned potatoes. We're running low on tomatoes. We could use a fresh stock of drinks too. But you said we run out of grub? Yeah, we brought in a lot more customers than we originally expected to. It's not a bad thing though. Becky agreed to supply us whatever we needed, so all we have to do is give her a call and we'll be set. No way. Nice to stay on top of things. Naturally. Thanks for checking in, Ash. I promise we'll be fine. Wasn't expecting a large turnout for our makeshift little restaurant. Makes our jobs a little harder, but it's a good problem to have. I can't complain about having more people to serve. All we have to do is simmer and it'll be good to go. And while we wait on that, we can prep the next. Things are real busy over here. Yes, they are, huh? Anything I'm to leave with so many customers. It's all thanks to you helping with the taste testing. I only help because I got to eat for free. Anyway, good luck. Swapping in and out with Tita so much we haven't been pushing ourselves. Customers seem happy too, which is really encouraging. Who's in the damn swimming club? You people aren't real. I don't know who you are. Alrighty, for the swim team. Okay, is Stark in that? I did not remember that. Okay, Wayne, at least I got Wayne on my own. Granted, I had to be reminded he existed, but I made the connection on him. Alrighty, for the swim team, we got swimming lessons from Stark and Wayne's muscle training seminar. Those are good places to start, but there's no better teacher than hands-on experience. Let's say we all get our feet wet. That makes sense. Not much of a swimmer, so I'm a little scared. No need to worry. We have kickboards for those who require them. Feel free to borrow one if you need. I mean, it's a swimming pool. You'll be fine. Oh, look at her. Have you ever seen anything so cute? She's so short. It's like she's a living doll or something. Weird thing to say to another person. Why aren't you so sweet? But what are you doing lending a hand out here? Think you might be his little sister? What if she is? Maybe she's here to help her brother. Good for her, I say. This seems unfair. We're the same year as them. Yet they treat me as if I'm some little girl. Don't let it get to you. Maybe they can't tell, but the rest of us know just how mature you are, I promise. Guess things are going well enough for little Bunny. Stark by her side, I'm sure everything will be just fine. As for Wayne over there. The key to muscle training is balancing your load carefully. Gotta have a careful load. You don't wanna go too early. And you definitely don't want to wait too long. If you work yourself too hard, it'll come back to bite you, and then some. Instead, you must increase the load gradually. Once you find a suitable routine, you boys can one day have glorious muscles like mine. What do you think of these guns? Pretty cool, right? You're looking at my pride and joy. I mean, I guess those are muscles. Yeah, definitely muscles. Sure, you're ripped, but at the end of the day, they're just muscles. Never underestimate the splendor of muscles. Muscles combine power and beauty into a singular sublime form. Nothing else compares. When push comes to shove and you can only count on yourself, and when that shove comes to heave, only your muscles will have your back. Who knows what future might have in store? Build muscle now and worry later, I say. Excuse me, I have a question. I admire your enthusiasm, son. Ask away. If there's anything you wish to know about muscles, I'm here to help. Where would you put yourself on the power rankings within the school? Shut up. Do muscles make you popular with girls? Ah! Egad. Yeah, I was wondering about that. Me too. They say women are attracted to confidence, and what better way to build confidence than with a body of steel? In theory, anyway. If you say so, mister. Whoa, look over there, you guys. Wow. You got muscles for David. Nothing beats a handsome face like that, guys. Yeah, you got that right. Wait! Don't go! You must believe. Believe in the power of muscles. Sheesh, dramatic munch. Micah said she was coming to the open house today, but I haven't seen any sign of her. I could have sworn I told her to be holding a muscle training seminar here at the pool. Why would anyone believe in the power of muscles? Damn, he is down in the dumps. I don't know if I've ever seen him so dejected. Think she's stalking Kurt? I've never known muscles to betray a single soul. I suppose people inevitably betray muscles. Such is life. How do you get those girls to come hang out with us? Hopefully you can't. Hopefully they're responsible. Not like muscles are guaranteed popularity, so like why even bother? Girls can never resist a hunk of a man. There's one problem. How does one become a hunk? Questions science still can't answer. Hey, that's good to see you. Sorry to drop the patrol duty on you. Man, don't sweat it. Ain't like any of us can abandon our club responsibilities just because we're pulling double duty for the open house. It's always in the plan to rotate who's doing the club so we can help pitch in at our clubs regardless. I said our call you'll be off next, which is when I jump in and get back to work. When the time comes, don't worry about hitting me up on your way or anything. Just head straight on over, no biggie. Gotcha. It's frustrating to have people think I'm Stark's younger sister. I realize that statistically speaking, I'm shorter than the average high schooler. However, I'm confident one of these days I'll have a big growth spurt and catch up. Surely I will. I must. Nope. After all, I'm on track to surpass 1 million. That's a good sign things are going to improve. Nope, Altina, your fate is sealed. You exist to pander, so you're stuck like that. Not only do we have the whole run of the pool to ourselves, they're even loaning out swimsuits. What more could you ask for? Consider me impressed. Yours really feels like it's got it all. What I would have given to study here. I came here to hang out for a little while. I had no idea there'd be swimming lessons. Swimming isn't my forte, so talk about being in the right place at the right time. No shooting club? Where does this go? Man, I don't remember this building. I don't remember how this building works at all. Look at Kurt. He keeps winning and winning like total domination. I want to walk straight up to him and wish him congratulations for getting so far. I think I'm going to do it. Hold it, you. We can't get in the way. What do you mess up his winning streak? We all agreed to only watch him from afar. She's right. I couldn't live myself. One of us broke his concentration during a big match. He looks so serious gazing over that chessboard. The way he moves his pieces around is so majestic. He's so hot. Oh, it's the rematch of champions. Okay, what was the chess club's deal again? Right, an amateur chess tournament with open registration. Let's see how that's going. Checkmate. You have been defeated, Lesser Kurt. Try and come with the true Kurt. You best not Kurt. So much for getting my revenge. When I thought I was doing well until I wasn't. You're as tough as ever, Kurt. Don't sell yourself short, Lesser Kurt. Your extremely aggressive play in the midpoint was genuinely harrowing to confront. But as a true Kurt, I will easily defeat you. If Machias hadn't tutored me recently, I don't know if I would have escaped that. Looks like a man's on a roll, attaboy. And that's checkmate. Ah! Lost again? I've been in the chess club for a whole year, and this is the best I can do. I feel like such a loser. Why do I feel like the chess pieces haven't moved? It's like I feel like the horse has been moved. I think she's moved her knight and that's it. I'm pretty sure that's the only movement. I'm honestly shocked how much you've improved in such a short span of time. I didn't think you would put up remotely as much of a fight, and yet you did. Yeah, she moved her knight once and somehow checkmated you. It's like night and day compared to when we previously played against one another. Really, you mean it? I heard he said the same thing before I heard, but I thought he was just being nice. In that case, that's the only piece that moved. You little liars. Maybe if this term is over, you and I could, play some more together? No. Damn. Thank you! It's the best day of my life! Well, it's like Sydney's got some game after all. Got a mini's free cable as long as he doesn't get ahead of himself. Well, everything that's good here. On to the next stop. Now that's the tea room, right? Yeah. Man, I got losing the very first round. I thought I had an easy win going up against that branch cave of sleazeball. It's good to show you can never really judge a book by its cover. I'll have to be careful not to underestimate opponents from now on. Man, I can't believe I got her to say yes to hanging out at the tournament. I got honest to God a magic touch. Then after that, maybe we can go on a walk or something. I mean, that's probably a good date we got lined up at this point, right? If I didn't know better, I would think you just got your ass kicked. Yet, here you are on top of the world. Or I wouldn't think you just got your ass kicked. The open house you put on is pretty nice, I must say. The main campus decided not to have a festival this year due to the ongoing reorganization. You guys did try to end the world. In that sense, I'm a little envious you all get to have something. The student council at the main campus has also been reshuffled. I'll be taking charge of present starting next year. I look forward to collaborating with you all going forward. I'm sure we'll be touching base quite regularly. Like I'm just saying, you saw the entire world get engulfed with darkness. There's a giant evil egg. Nobody was like, hey, do you think we're the baddies? Got no sympathy for you lot. Rich pushed me to my limit, yet I still managed to seize victory. Nevertheless, I wasn't expecting so many talented entrants to our tournament. I'm unsure how far I'll advance, but I'd be remiss not to give it my best efforts as one of the organizers. Kurt Vander never curts. Looks like Odd is moving up the bracket while Fritz is out of the tournament. This tournament's attracted some really tough players. I lost early on. Hoping to advance too, but I guess it's not in the cards today. Pieces. Did you guys? Okay, you guys actually advanced the board some. Is that a checkmate? Can't really. It's hard to tell which pieces are which. Okay, you did at least move your pawn forward some. Actually, I do see that now. You have 2 kings? No. Those are your rooks. They just look kind of tall. I think they're making shit up. Life's grown to be such a beautiful young woman. Not to mention she's a dead ringer for her mom in her young years wearing that kimono. You make this old man so proud. That's her dad, if I'm not mistaken. I think he re-enlisted with the Imperial Army. Guess he's not ready to meet her face to face yet. I know the two of them have a lot of baggage. I don't know if joining the army is the redemption story you think it is. Seeing her in that kimono, she looks just like her mom in her younger years. What was his thing? Wasn't he like part of the Hamel massacre? kind of especially fucked up to have Ash walk by. I'm trying to. It's something to do with that, or it's like he knew about it was going to happen and didn't tell anyone. Maybe he didn't participate directly. I can't remember. It was something to do with Hamel. I feel like I remember us thinking he's still a piece of shit, but I don't remember the full story. Here's the tea ceremony club. Looks like they're running a tea room in a hands-on event. I guess he wouldn't have been involved in it directly because that was Jaeger's. But I think it was just he acknowledged that they were going to massacre Hamel and didn't say anything. Or he didn't push hard enough. Maybe it was he said, I don't remember. Yeah, because it wasn't that he was part of the killing. It wasn't that bad. Hold on, what the hell's a skirt-chasing cameraman like you doing here, pal? Hey, what a range students! How's the open house treating you, man? Enjoying it? Enjoying it, buddy. I'm running this joint. You didn't answer my question. What's got you all excited here? We had a guest who wanted photos of the hands-on portion to keep as a souvenir, you see. It just happened that Rex was here in the room and kindly volunteered to take the photos for us. Ever since then, he stuck around as our go-to photographer. It's a little lovely arrangement, I do say so myself. Yeah, it turns out a lot of people want to pose with the club members in their fancy kimonos. Not that I'm complaining, I get to tap tons of pics of not just Museum Maya, but whatever hotties drop by. I mean, you're not that old, but you're still hitting on high school students, which is kind of cringe. You're old enough for it to be cringe. Interestingly enough, it's the girls who ask for my services more than the guys. Kai over there's the most popular request. Real talk, I'm a little jealous of the guy. They keep falling over how cute he looks and everything. Why can't that be me? Speak for yourself. I have mixed feelings about being called cute day in and day out. And so this is a raw deal to me. You're still making your customers happy. What more can you ask for? Yeah, I mean, there's worse fates. I kind of get his uneasiness over it. But, you know, it could be much worse. Real men of Erebony offer nothing less than perfect hospitality to their guests. If being cute is what it takes, then so be it. Kyrie, you gotta learn, man. Masculinity is whatever you think it is. you know? It's a social construct. It can mean whatever you want it to mean. Between the exotic decor, beautiful clothes, and pleasing tea that's both bitter and rich, this club has put together a lovely exhibition. I look to see more Eastern tea houses pop up in Erebonia. I'd totally visit them. Alright, targeting for the intelligence division to take her away. She's probably a secret Calvardian sympathizer. Probably likes that dang democracy. Get that out of here. Those kimonos those tea ceremony members are wearing look so gorgeous. I'd love to try one on if the chance ever presents itself. Eastern tea has a certain bitterness to it, but it still tastes good. I like it. Drinking it really soothes the soul. We also have quite a few visitors joining us from Saint Estrella today. Highly surprising. I know firsthand how curious the Estrella girls are with Thor's student body. They all seem to be enjoying themselves at the open house as well. What a haul. I got so many great shops, all these babes. Lucky timing too, they probably would have refused any other time. Volunteering to cover the open house is the best decision of my life. Which I should get around to actually covering, but I'm sure it'll work out with Vivi's help. For now, it's back to snapping pics. Cringe. Awareness of tea ceremony culture as an Eastern custom unfortunately remains low within Erebonia. With any like this open house will be a good opportunity to introduce lots of people to its unique charms as an art form. It'd be nice if some exhibition helped the club attract some new members too. Probably best not to get too greedy here though, one step at a time. The girls who stop by all keep demanding to take pictures with me. I feel like I'm just kind of like a mascot for the club. I practiced so much for it today and try and show how manly I can be too. So much for that. I mean, like, I get it. That, you know. You got some sympathy from me. Where to next? Guess we're gonna go back to the main building. Go to the first floor. Or the roof. Could check out the roof. Well, no, we just went to the roof. I don't have short-term memory loss, alright? I do not accept your accusations of short-term memory loss.
Huh? Who put that box out?
Open house at the branch campus, huh? All eyes are on this place. After the Great War, Radio Trista moved back to the main office. The second studio in Leeds just turned into an important location for us. First, I work on our large-scale personal broadcast about the branch campus. Open classes in the morning were great, but the club events in the afternoon was something else. As a Thor's graduate, I plan on covering all this in spectacular fashion. By the way, I've had my receptionist Lindley help with editing work lately. So glad giving her more work to do. She's gonna bite my head off when I get back. I just know it. Means I have to make a special feature the best thing I can. I feel like this is gonna blow up. I don't like Monk standing over there watching us. I don't trust his ass. When did this come together? I'm crazy about the fact I'm on the organization committee and I didn't know about this, but please vote for the one you support. Box A. Did Nora Stark set this up? They want to decide which club had the best showing, huh? I'm dumb. I'll take a look later. Okay. Yeah, we will want to judge early. Who's the winner right now? I don't know, like chess or swimming, I guess. Chess probably. The tournament's kind of cool. Hey, Lind! Phoebe, what are you doing here? Covering the open house, obviously. Hey, want to swap places for old time's sakes? I do know CPR after all. Not happening. You just said you're here for work. At least try and act professional. It's fine. Rex is here too. He's got it covered. Oh no. If Rex thinks Vivi has it covered, and Vivi thinks Rex has it covered, all of our photos will be of girls trying to keep an eye on him. You two haven't changed at all. Sorry things are hectic right now. I'm set to return to St. Ursula next year, but for now I'm still working as a nurse over here. If you see him looking unwell over there, make sure to bring him to me so I can look after him. Yeah, that's what you do. You poison the food to get them in medical distress, so that way you can flex how good your nurse station is. I swear, I turn my back on Lynn for 1 minute, she gets even more drop-dead gorgeous. Maybe it's a sign things are coming along with Gaius. I'm gonna have to get to the bottom of this. It's my sisterly duty. What? What? That's our club. Is this the book club? Oh, it's the library. But that's probably where we're at. We should do that one last. You think they got the black records in the library? It was the Golden Rock Shasha that had a school where students and faculties can compete with those of the main campus. No kidding, the skill and experience of those pallets in the Panzer Soldat scrimmages more than blew me away. Dudes in the athletics clubs are no slouches either. Gotta wonder what they're feeding those kids. Maybe they cracked the code with some special secret training regimen or something? It's called Listen to Professor Randy. Hey, consider me intrigued. And also Reen, you know, he is the mech guy. He's the mechiest. Students here seem remarkable. Those kids who piloted the Panzer Soldats, the sports club members, everyone's just outstanding. I'm sure having the Golden Rock Shasha as principal helps, and it wouldn't surprise me if the Asher Chevalier played a big part. He came down here to the open house to scout out potential army recruits next year. Let's put it this way, what we've seen here has exceeded our expectations, that's for sure. Oh yeah, I remember you. I knew you looked familiar, but I couldn't think of who you were. This is where she goes to school these days. Seems like a real lively place. I know you. You and Lenore used to work together, didn't you? Oh, you're one of the guys in the new Class 7. Hey, thank you all for looking out for her. Officially, I'm here to escort Hugo as he goes about his business. First and foremost, this motherfucker better not be here. But the real reason I volunteered was really so I could see how Lenore's holding up. Sounds like she's been keeping plenty busy, working with the executive committee for this event and all. Seeing her all relaxed and settled in here really puts our mind at ease. Yeah, this is gonna be a long video. Where's my save? Okay, my brain turned off for a second. I was like, I couldn't find out which one we were on. This is at the real branch campus open house. Oh, everything was so lovely. I can't believe I have another opportunity to meet him. Oh, am I lucky? Now that I've scouted up the school, all it's left is to head over to the clubhouse and... What's this funny feeling in my chest? Oh, be still my beating heart. Huh? Doesn't mean she's here to see someone. No idea who, though. Oh, whatever. Seems to know where she's going. You do your thing, girlie. Hey, Ash, you're lucky you were spared from the cross-dressing. They probably should have made a bunch of people cross-dress instead of just Kurt. I think that would have made the joke not wear thin so fast. This campus is humongous. I could see myself getting lost here if I'm not careful. Thankfully, Asher Chevalier was kind enough to guide me to my destination, so losing my way shouldn't be a problem after all. How lucky am I to have him as my tour guide of all people. As soon as he was finished leading me around, he had to take off somewhere else. Alright, tennis club. Looks like they're putting on an exhibition match and a tennis lesson. Take this! Yeah! Get her ass. Not so fast! Attention everyone, the tennis club is holding public exhibition matches. And this is a fun sport and a fine way to stay fit and healthy. Anyone who's interested is welcome to come and give it a try. Those who like to sign up for the demonstration, please come see me. Looks like they attract a decent crowd. And the Wild Phillies family came to spectate. Huh? Fine is underselling it. These chicks are downright smoking. Look at them running around, showing off some leg. Did we hit the jackpot or what? Each one of these girls is a 10. Saucy-eyed? I feel like how, like, you know, 5 minutes ago, Rex is like, yeah, I love taking pics of the underage chicks. But these guys doing the same thing is, like, bad. They're both bad. Okay, we got a couple creepers on our hands. Any other day I kick their asses and be done with it, but I gotta take a more delicate approach here. Hey there, you two. That uniform. Must be a student here. Shit, don't tell me you overheard us. Well, what's your problem, chump? You ain't done nothing wrong. Last guy's not here to start any beef. I mean, come on, do I like some preppy hall monitor snitch to you? Give me a break. You got a point, you don't exactly look like an honor student. Yeah, if anything, you look like a bad influence. He looks like a guy. He looks like just a normal dude. I mean, he has like an earring. Does that mean he's a bad dude? Makes one to know one, jackass. Look, I get it, okay? That's why I came to give you a warning as a matter of courtesy. Warning about what? Take a look around. You didn't forget where you were, are you? Did you? Thor's Military Academy branch campus. Duh, but who cares? We're only here to kill some time and get some eye candy. Let that first part sink in. You're at a freaking military academy. It's not ordinary schoolgirls you're ogling, my dudes. They're trained to be professional soldiers. The war kind, you know? Some of them have punched God. If push comes to sexual harassment, they can make a weapon out of damn near anything within reach. You saw them smacking around the tennis ball. Thing flew like a damn bullet. Imagine you got on their bad side and one of them went to slice serve on you with a racket. I think that pan out. Look, I don't know. Skull's gonna get smashed, that's what. It won't be a tiny fracture either. I'm talking complete cranial crushing. Dust. But we're in a Trails game. We can't die. Ah, shit. He got me. That'd be the least of your troubles. I can tell you that right now. How's it get any worse than that? A lot of rich girls here from families with ties to people you really don't want to get on the bad side of. Or it gets out their dear daughters who's out of trouble, there'll be hell to pay. Kind of hell I'd really rather not even think about. Like, damn. Take it from me. Sucks being here. It's suffocating. You guys go wherever you go. Got eyes on you wherever you go. A guy can't catch a break. I mean, if you fellas want to try your luck, be my guest. You're way braver than I am. I'll be rooting at you from quite a distance. Good luck, you might walk away with a few bones intact. Might be worth a shot. Only one way to find out, yeah? You know what? I think we're good. I don't think we're that desperate for action, right, dude? Considering you're creeping on high school girls? Yeah, you sound pretty desperate. I think we better go. Cool, let's beat it. It took him long enough. What a complete waste of my time. Maybe I should have just pulled him aside and beaten the crap out of him. Saved us all the trouble. Man, really, I've gotten soft since coming here. This sucks. I mean, assault is bad, but... I mean, that's probably the best way to handle it. They hadn't technically done anything yet. Do I think they're pieces of shit? Yes. Can you beat someone up just because they're a piece of shit? No. I know we all came out to the open house to check out the boys, but aren't the girls here so cool? I feel like something inside me I never knew they were starting to awaken. Not in a Trails game, it isn't. That girl with the blue hair gives off older sister vibes. I'd move mountains for her if she were my upperclassman. At most, you get to play it up as a joke. The branch campus is so different compared to what I'm used to back at St. Estrella. Such a nice change of pace. Like that pink-haired girl over there. I bet she'd have a really fun friend, be a really fun friend to have around. This was originally supposed to be a casual tennis demonstration, but then I got completely absorbed in my match with Yuna. I guess that's fine. It made for a much better club promotion. Yuna acts like she's embarrassed having her here, but I could tell it made a difference. Every move she made was full of confidence. That's what tennis is like. It's so cool, but it's a ton of fun to play. New friends to play with for a match, though. You could use a wall, I guess. That girl with the glasses said you can practice by just bouncing a ball against a wall. You know, I think that might just be, just a thing to push me into giving it a shot. Thanks to Yuna and Jessica's exciting match earlier, the hands-on area is big with the visitors. The wrong little hustle and bustle, but can you girls handle so many people? I think so. We got spare rackets lying around that we can use. It'd be nice if we had more than one court, but we're just doing basic rallies, so it shouldn't be a big deal. Want to give it a shot, Ash? You're more than welcome to. No can do. I got too much work around the festival to slack off here. Still, if you girls have trouble keeping up, let me know and I'll see what I can do to help. Sure thing. Thanks, Ash. The returns that blue-haired girl dished out had such splendid curves. The angle, the speed, even the wind and the sun's rays came together to give them a marvelous sense of harmony, truly miraculous. All goes to show how beautiful and refined of a sport tennis truly is. Ha-ha! Kick some butt, Yuna! Go, Yuna! Unfortunately, I couldn't make it here in time for the public lectures in the morning. I can tell Yuna's working hard and doing well here, which is what counts. I'll make sure to give my husband the good news when I get back. Kick some butt, Yuna! How's it to relax our families watching me? hear Ken and Nana cheering me on from here, but how are they so loud? Am I that loud? No comment? That's how I put on the big sister cap. I don't want to disappoint them. Okay, so what do we have left? Anybody at the garden? Okay, basically just the library. Something there. And the hangar? And these people? What's Elston? Oh yeah, because you got the whole butler thing. Can't believe I overstepped. I completely missed the morning lectures. I was hoping to catch a glimpse of the Ashes Chevalier in person. Why didn't anyone wake me up? How could they abandon me? We all promised to come to the open house together. We had a pact! Well, this was a Forest Branch campus. That's some fine architecture they got here. There was a point when I figured this is where they shipped out the main campus rejects, but boy, have I changed my tune. You couldn't ask for a better reputation. We'll have to think about sending our grandchild here when the time comes. Fine architecture. Celestin, you came! Indeed I have. Though I only served here but a few months for the war, I simply had to come when I caught wind of the event. Lord Patrick graciously granted me free time, and here I am. That's great, I'm glad you could make it. I was talking to Master Reed and Lady Toa earlier. They had much to say about you, Frankie. It would seem you've carried out your custodial duties here quite admirably since I left. And here you now manage the dormitories as well. That's quite the impressive promotion. Yeah, I get to clean the toilets. Thanks, Celestin. I still fall 100 cells short of you when it comes to the workload I can handle, though. That's just as well. I'd feel for my own job if you were to follow my stead too quickly. That being said, are you still looking to be a receptionist at the Bracer Guild? Absolutely, that's still the dream, but honestly, I get a lot of fulfillment out of this work as it is. I know the guild's short-handed right now, so it's not like there's any shortage of opportunities. But with more students in tow, I feel like I should stay put for now and grow. That's what I've been thinking anyway. Is that so? I've only been away a short while, I must say, Frankie. You have grown indeed. When you feel ready to apply for the guild, please, by all means, do not hesitate to reach out to me. I have a fair few leads into the organization, and it'd be my honor if I could personally recommend you when the time comes. I don't know what to say. Thank you. You know, Frankie, I've always felt that you were a man of potential, but I must admit you've grown astonishingly. I almost wish you could join us at the High Arms House. When I compare myself to Celestin, I feel like I still have a good ways to go. Better make the most out of this job so I can catch up. So, since this is going long, we're going to need a pause for a little bit, and maybe a lot of it, because I do have something to do, and I don't know if I'll be back in time today to finish this. So I may have to come back and wrap up the rest of this video tomorrow, but we're not going to end it. As you can tell by the fact the video is probably still going on. We'll finish up the rest of Ash's Daydream later. Probably just let it go long, since, you know, it's a cool one. Yeah.
I swear all those doofuses looked like they were having the time of their lives.
Play me out, Ash.
I didn't do too bad with the friends I made here. Even if I won't be seeing much of them after this.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Alrighty. Be right back. Kind of. Alrighty, we're back. It's been a little more than a minute for me personally. It's maybe the next day. But we have returned to try and finish off Ash's sub-story, Daydream. Potentially the last Daydream. Cool, let's roll. I don't know if we should go that way. I don't see any club activities. Who cares? Exploring the campus is more fun than some dumb old club stuff. This is further than I made it last time. Don't you want to see what's further down? I mean, I guess. Exactly. Now what are we waiting for? Let's hold it right there, you little brats. Ash, what are you doing here? I was here the entire time. This pass off limits. Go screw around somewhere else. Can't believe a punk like you's telling us to behave. What was that? Nothing. Ignore him. Come on, Zach. Let's get out of here. Fine, if we have to. Zach dragged me over here, but I think it might be time for me to get back to Teddy. And I bet Sister Rosina's worried about us. Man, I thought this was finally gonna be our chance to explore the place for real. Oh well, off limits kind of limits us, I guess. Who's gonna end up getting eaten on level X? Not like anyone's there, so it ain't my concern. Oh, this is an alternate reality where I got all the plant seeds because I missed one of you two in the main game of CS3. So that's how you know this is a damn dream. A dang old reverie. Okay, so we just have what, our club and I don't know. There's the cargo platform. Oh yeah, in the hangar. I'm still reading this sheet of paper. I'm a very slow reader. Am I mistaken? Is your racket outside even louder than usual? No shit, the entire campus is swamped with people visiting for the open house. Open house? I never opened my house. I do recall being asked to give a lecture for the event, which I promptly refused. I might add, I have far better things to be doing, like reading this same sheet of paper I've been reading for a month. All I ask is none of these interlopers step a single reg inside this building. Last thing I need is simpletons interfering with my research. Ash confirmed and not a simpleton because we're not interfering with his research. Racket outside is even worse than usual. See, because we're allowed to come in. Alright, let's get out of here. Can we buy some drinks? No? I am hitting the button and nothing is happening. Check, 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 check. Maybe? Can we go to the school shop? I remember. I haven't forgotten everything. Oh, God, you fuckers. I wish I'd forgotten. I mean, Becky's cool. The other one, not cool. Hey, regular customers are coming to help sell. Regular customers are coming to help sell to all the visitors. I'm really raking it in today. Thanks a bunch, open house. Who are you talking to? You know, I can't help but be reminded of our school festival back at the main campus. I was thinking the same thing. Both our own little storefronts and completed to see who could make the most dough, yeah? That's right. Almost a shame we're working together this time around. Hey, well, I don't see anything wrong with cooperating every now and then. Yeah, you get bored enough to kick your sorry butt all the time. That's my line? Isn't your line, I'm gonna go commit horrible crimes for the sake of money? I've been cooperating more with Becky and that network she put together. Profit margins aren't the highest, but I'll live. Obsession over profits came back to bite me for the war. I'll take that to mean I'm content with throwing Myriad down the drain, though. Kleist & Co. is simply in a transitional period right now. It's only a matter of time before we're back on top. You guys did try to end the world. My network's gotten as big as it can now, as much as I like to move on to what's next. I've been needing some fresh blood around here. Think about the time I got to recruiting? Oh no, she's also recruiting. Alright, cargo platform me? Oh, they rockin'. Play inevitable struggle. The Modern Music Club. A performance that'll durf linger in your hearts forever. Clever. I was gonna assume they actually got permission to perform here. Still, not bad, guys. Thanks, everyone! Our little trio's biggest audience yet. Thanks for sharing your energy with us and helping us put on the best show ever. Hey, we're rocking the house down today. The fun isn't over yet. This next song will be our last. Let's get wild. She's usually so stoic, but look at her now. I mean, Valerie? Yeah, you can actually hold a conversation with her these days. There's the pot about the kettle. Not my fault if folks can't hang. That's just what makes you special. Come again? Anyways, looks like the show's wrapping up. Things gonna get messy when people try and leave. Care to help me play Usher? I mean, there's like 12 guys. It should be fine. If ain't one pain in the ass job, it's another. Our next performance is in 1 hour. Come on, check us out. We got plenty of songs you haven't heard yet, so don't sleep on our next show. We're gonna make the next performance even hotter than this one. You can count on that. Campbell's Ravens. Suppose I can spare a crumb of validation for those dorks today. Hey Ash, doing the rounds? Tatiana will be okay handling the literature club on her own? Sure, the only thing we do that requires more than one person is recitals, so... Other than that, you should be able to hold down the fort solo. Girls usually a walking ball of nerves, but when shit's got to be done, she always rises to the challenge. You really seem to trust her. You should tell her what you just told me. I think you'd make her really happy. Nope. Man, you can be such a headache. So this is rock, huh? Talk about music with an impact. I was vibing, man. Her voice, the way those guys wailed on those instruments, it was also powerful. I don't care that it's rough around the edges. Never in my life have I heard music that stirred my soul like this. I could totally see him going pro. That was an original song? There's no way they're seriously rookies. The Modern Music Club's performance was nuts. I was planning on joining the Wind Orchestra next year, but I should start my own Modern Music Club at the main campus instead. Whenever I sing and strum on my guitar, I tend to lose myself in the thrill of performing. And inevitably, as soon as I come back down to earth, I'm mortified. And no point getting all in your head like that. Hell, how many times have people seen you guys perform at this point? Enough that it shouldn't bother me, huh? I guess, I want to play for people, but I don't want the attention. I'll wear a mask next time. Yeah, because that's totally not going to draw even more attention. I was honestly gobsmacked, downright gobsmacked, when we were allowed to perform with Arkansas a little while back. But today I'm feeling a different emotion. Of course you guys are. You punks are the star of the show today. That we were. I was nervous, and even more than that, I was busting at the seams to jam out. And that's why I performed even better than usual. Because we practiced so hard, the three of us were totally in sync. I'm blissed out right now. What a day. Gobsmacked. Yoo-hoo! Now this is rockin'. I finally had a concert debut, and on the Durflinger of all places. I'm on Cloud 9, Letty. Cloud 9! Actually, we could do a lot with this kind of stage. Think about a rock festival held on a transcontinental railroad. We'd be the talk of Zamaria. It's time to dream big. Exactly. Door connects to the hangar and the Panzer Soldat storehouse. Looks like it's closed up. No problems here. That's what they want you to think. Can I get on the Durflinger? That's how they got my ass in the past. Where it didn't show the doors were opening on the mini-map, but it was like on this map you could see it, or something like that. It was something along those lines, where like I didn't know you could go into the Durflinger at the start of CS3. Because, as previously mentioned, I just look at the mini-map. Ash, thanks for keeping tabs on all the clubs. I was worried about whether or not you can handle things alone. Looks like you're doing fine. Yeah, I was nervous talking to the guys, but I'm managing. I got to chat with the female guests about all kinds of books. I even managed to turn a few people onto Dorothy's novel. Well, whatever floats your love boat. Plus, the book recommendation corner is surprisingly popular. The books here are all property of the school, so I can't loan them out, but Becky sure made sure that if there are any books people like, they can buy them immediately. I'm really grateful for her hard work. If she was pleased as punch, you can profit off the open house. Either way, looks like things are fine here. I know you'll do great with your job as a committee member, Ash. I'll be your personal cheering squad, so go get them. Man, just worry about yourself. You still have live reading to do, right? Oh, yeah. I better go to the club room to prepare. When the time comes, I'll be waiting there. Yeah, I got it. I'm nervous about the recital. Why, didn't you do all the announcements on the Durflinger? Reading a book out loud should be hella easy for you at this point. Talking to a microphone and speaking to a huge audience right in front of you are completely different. Yeah, true. That's pretty true. Plus, I was talking to our friends on the Durflinger. Like, just assume nobody's expecting much from you and try and unclench. We'll be fine. That's kinda sad in and of itself. But you're right, that's enough complaining out of me. You just focus on doing your job, okay, Ash? Will do. Good luck out there. told the young lady at the literature club about my taste in novels, and she gave me a recommendation. And my word, this book cuts right to the heart. I was truly surprised. The author's name is Dorothy. She's a genius. Tatiana, what kind of lowbrow smut are you trying to shove down people's throats? No, just because the main characters are 11 and 7 doesn't mean that it's weird. We promise. On the dang old Northern War. Ooh. Y'all got the black records in here yet? Can anybody just read those? The collection of books here isn't as vast as the library at the main campus. It does have a wide variety of high-quality books spanning everything from academic texts all the way to fiction. So it's like a regular library. I'd love to just lock myself in here for a few days and read to my heart's content. A nice librarian lady recommended a picture book to me. I'm gonna have Miss Rosine read it to me later. It's got pictures though. Can't you read it for yourself? Where'd the boys go? I already ran off somewhere together. Just ignore them, let's have our own fun. Will they be okay? Eh. If they die, they die. Big bro left me behind again, the big jerk. We're gonna get Miss Rosine all to ourselves then. Nah. Ah, so you'd be Ash from the new Class 7, I presume. A pleasure to see you. Likewise. I guess you're that sister over at the church in town, yeah? That's the chick. She went to school with Shores and now works as a squire with the Grossritter. Guessing you're babysitting the kids again, huh? That I am. Today's open house sounded like a fun diversion, so I decided to bring them here as a change of pace. This is my last opportunity to spend time with all these children, after all. Oh yeah, means you're moving on from Leaves? My duties in this region have come to an end, essentially. Gotcha. Imagine you guys constantly have your hands full in one way or another. Those rents sure do seem fond of you, though. Better come back to visit every now and again so you don't get too bummed out. Of course, I absolutely want to visit whenever the opportunity presents itself. See, why didn't Rosine get a Daydream? Rosine becoming a squire? That'd be kind of interesting. Prefer that over the damn marriage one. Still mad. Probably the only Daydream I straight up disliked. That or maybe Cedric's. I mean, I don't know. I just didn't like Cedric's. I don't know if I disliked it, but I definitely didn't like it. I disliked the Mary Makarov one. Let's just head back to Literature Club room. Alrighty. Make sure that's everything. Seems like it. Oh, we should have voted. I don't know if we could vote or not, but we should, I guess, try to do that. As our principal Gwen said, it's true. We sure have a lot of prospective students visiting the school today. Huh, funny how that works, considering when the place first opened, it was nothing but a dumping ground for a bunch of castaways. A little harsh there, don't you think? Anyway, I'm glad we got to see lots of new students who will be joining us next year. That should be fun. Yeah, next year. Any luck, that should mean we'll get new people to join the Literature Club too. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Yeah, your club's gonna be shut down because you're gonna be the only member. Yeah, it'd be pretty nice, I guess. My only concern is whether I'll be a good role model for the newcomers. It's kind of intimidating to think about. If anyone's got a good handle on that kind of crap, it's you. You think so? Of course I do. I think you'll have the new members looking up to you and coming to you for help in no time. Oh, I hope so. I'll have to do my best to be a good leader for everyone. Once all those new faces keeping you busy, you won't have to worry about putting up with me any longer. What do you mean, any longer? Ash, what do you... It's almost time for the live reading. Let's grab our books and make our way over to the library. Whose club do I think had the best thingy? Our unofficial voting? I don't know. Maybe Chess Club? I'll let Chess Club win. Kurt Vander wins again. Phew, things went off without a hitch, and the crowd seemed to have a good time. Yep, done and dusted. I was pretty shocked you managed not to freak out during the real deal. That's because you were there reading with me. Well, I am a member of the club. If I didn't participate, Shores would never let me hear the end of it. I don't think that's true. You have your job as a committee member after all. So, about what you said before the reading. Ooh, time to go back to doing the rounds. We'll be finding your own, right? Right? Yeah? Don't worry about our club. Catch you later. Ash. Phew. Open house is almost over, finally. Guess I'll do another round inside the school. Oh, now we can vote, maybe. I saw the box. Never mind, we're not voting. I wanted to vote, man. Oh, there he is. Hey, Ash! I see they've been keeping you busy. Say that again. What are you guys doing all gathered around here? You punks playing hooky or what? I didn't take you to be slackers like hoisting stuff onto other fools. Nothing like that. Looks like all the Class 7s here though now. Yeah, weird how it all worked out. Some of you guys didn't plan on this? You just happened to end up in the same spot? More or less. We went on our breaks in search of a place to relax at the same time. Before we knew it, we all found ourselves here. Yeah, what he said, we weren't coordinated at all. It just kind of worked out this way. Unlike the rest of you, I'm still on duty, just to be clear. Be as that as it may, I'd say it's a testament to the bonds we forged as Class 7. I think it's simply wonderful. I think it's because there's not any benches in the school. It's like the only place to sit down. Come on, Ash, you're already here. Why not stick around and chat for a little bit? A fine idea. We still have some time to spare, so it shouldn't be a problem. Alright, you win. I'll join you guys. Now spit it. What are you guys talking about? Airing your grievances with Schwarzer or something? That's the first thing that popped into your head? There he goes again, bashful as ever. Unlike me, I'm simply dying to tell you how much I adore our beloved instructor. On the polar opposite side of the spectrum, Missy, you're too open with your feelings? Always the handful? Like you're any better. I realize I'm not one to talk, but in hindsight, Instructor Reen sure assembled a class of rather colorful characters. That's an understatement. So you say, but I don't get the impression you've troubled Instructor Reen all that much. Yeah, come to think of it, you may be right. Kurt Vander is the most normal person to ever Kurt Vander. What do you expect? He's a model student. Of course he doesn't go out his way to, like, make life hell for Schwarzer. You say like it's somehow out of the ordinary. Still, I wouldn't say it's entirely true. I had my family stuff to work through at the start. I was even a little impudent. Were you? It was only later that I started making a point of not causing problems for our instructor. You started to sympathize with the guys, is that it? I don't know, I could see that. And after all, like, Instructor Reen, Kurt definitely has his fans among the girls here. To say the least, it seems like quite a number of girls visiting the campus today have something of a soft spot for him. Meaning we have another womanizer in the making on our hands. That's a bit of a stretch, isn't it? If anything, I see him as an example of what not to do, rather than someone to emulate. He's lucky he's not here to hear all this crap. Poor sap can't catch a break. Reen crying behind the corner. That aside, I think it's kind of great just how the new Class 7 is just the 5 of us. We each have our strong points and weak points. It keeps things interesting. Indeed, it allows us to come together and compensate when someone struggles. Suppose we do strike something of a balance when you think of it like that. I think it's thanks to our small group we've been able to grow and overcome so much. Yeah, unlike the original Class 7 with like 9 members or something, a bunch of losers. If even one of us was missing, I doubt we'd come nearly as far. I don't know, I think we could do without one member. I think one member we would be perfectly fine without. One member in particular, no one would notice if they were gone. Maybe, maybe not. I doubt losing one or two of us would make much of a difference. Here he goes again. What else is new? I believe Ash is what they call a tough nut to crack. Yeah, think what you like. Whatever, I'm gonna get back to my patrol now. Peace. Ash, wait. What now? Jokes aside, try not to stretch yourself too thin. I don't think you always have to shoulder responsibility by yourself. You're never truly alone. Thanks, but you got nothing to worry about. Believe me, any corners I can cover this crap are getting cut. Alright, I'm off, for real. Try not to slag off too much now, you hear? Ash. Hey, he never makes things easy. He's got to get the Reen talking to. You guys don't have the friendship speech powers, alright? You're just not there. You're not strong enough yet. And I guess that's not entirely true. They deliver a pretty powerful friendship speech in the start of CS4 to Ash at Hamel. Probably like maybe my favorite scene in the entire Cold Steel games. Let me vote. Ballot box. Take a look later. No, let me vote. Oh, what the hell's going on in here? Oh, are you huffing paint again? Doing the rounds, Ash? Yep. You checking the equipment? Mm-hmm. More importantly, I'm so sorry. I can't help with keeping things running. I've been busy handling VIPs today. And no point apologizing to me. Plus, ain't this whole open house thing about making the students do the work? Yeah, we like doing that here. I guess you're right. Honestly, it brings me back to when I was still a student. Our school festival was quite the event. I heard a little about that from Crow. He apparently has some recorded footage of it. You don't need to see that. Bro, what are you thinking? Now I really want to get him to show me sometime. I officially forbid you as an instructor. By the way, I was a second year. When I was a second year, I was a student council president. Heard pretty easy to imagine. You think? It was honestly really tough. But everyone on the council helped, and so did Reen, so I managed to hang on till the very end. Schwarzer was on the student council? Well, okay, he was more like the grunt. We basically made him do all the shit we didn't want to do, and then gave him $5. Dude would run out, risk his damn life. $5. Not quite. He was always accepting our requests, and even outside of that, he was constantly helping people who were in need. Not anything different now. I think it's nice. Anyway, it was a hard job to put up. Of course you would think it was nice. He was the one helping you out. You have a biased opinion, Toa. Anyway, it was a hard job to put a lot of responsibility on my shoulders, but it was equally as fun and worth doing. Cool. Bully for you? Anyway, sorry to keep you here. We'd both better get back to work. Oh no, Ash, are you going to become student council president against your will? You've got this, Ash. Take care. Yeah, thanks, I guess. I admit that being the student council president back in the day had its challenges. It wasn't as if I had to do it alone. The other council members helped me, and at the end of the day, I valued my time there. So keep your chin up and hang in there with your duties, Dash. It'll be over before you know it. You got this.
I wonder how the other events are going now. It's as good a time as any to check in on them.
You say anything new? Hey, yeah, that's right. There ain't gonna be time left for patrols. You handle this place. Peace. Got him. Faculty lounge? Carbide, did something happen? Nope, just here for the regular report. The open house is proceeding as planned. All the clubs are doing well. I see. Good work out there. You seem busy? Well, end of the year paperwork on top of issues regarding the open house will do that. Not to mention dealing with my successor. You quitting the branch campus the end of this year, right? I am. The RMP is understaffed. To be honest, they asked me to come back right after the war ended, but I managed to get them to hold off until the end of the year. Current plan is for instructor Herschel to take my place. I'm bringing in a new instructor to fill the role she's vacating, so you kids don't have anything to worry about. I ain't worried. Good. I suppose I'm the one worried about the branch campus on my way out. Now think about it, that was all for naught. You kids have all grown tremendously in the last year. Look at you, you're the #1 problem child when you got here. Now you're someone people can rely on. I'm not some model student. I think you were spot on with your first assessment. Was Ash really all that much trouble, ever? Regardless of what you think of yourself, it's a fact that people around you trust and depend on you. Ash is he's like a fake problem child. I hope you see this committee job through to the end. Yeah, you don't have to tell me twice. By the way, General Gwyn is going to be staying on at the branch campus as principal. Considering what we're talking about, she could easily return to active service whenever she pleases. Either way, there's no doubt in my mind the branch campus will expand even further going forward. You're an upperclassman now, so make sure to serve as a good role model for the kids below you. you know as well as I do, I'm about as good a role model as a cigarette butt you find beneath the school dumpster. What? Ash, your fake edginess is showing. Oh no. He sensed him. Hey Ash, doing your committee member rounds? What do you think, smartass? So, how's it going? Sounds like the literature club's doing well? After all, that's Tatiana. And yet I saw you participating in the reading. You weren't too shabby either. You were watching? I just happened to be passing by, so I took a peek. Ain't nobody ever told you, you know that nobody likes a peeping Tom? My bad. I couldn't help but be curious about how my students were faring. Right, whatever you say. Guess you're always like that, prone to stick your nose where it doesn't belong. Bet you've been running around all day looking after people. Yeah, actually. I figured since I hadn't seen you anywhere. Not that I'm complaining, thanks to you I've had an easy time of it. Well, as an instructor here, I've been trying not to get too involved. This guy would probably write a formal letter apologizing for jaywalking. That's a good one. But I guess there are people out there who appreciate it. I don't want to owe you anything. Ash? Okay, he's got his eyes closed. That's how you know he's serious. He has his eyes closed all the time. He's always serious. I'm gonna keep sticking my nose into people's business. That's just how I am. And that goes for your business too. If anything comes up, let me know, and I'll come running. I'm your homeroom instructor, okay? I told you, that part of you is so damn annoying. Also, if you see my glasses, I can't find my glasses. Ash, they stole my glasses and I can't find them. I don't know what happened to them. Anyone mentions military academies, American. I already talked to you. Okay, so we can go out to the academy field. Anybody here? Anyone? Randy! Randy! Someone's looking comfy, trying to get out of doing your job during the open house. What? Never seen someone on break before? Sheesh. It's much for us instructors to do in the afternoon anyway. Other three are workaholics anyway. I've practically got everything covered, so why not put my feet up and take it easy? In other words, slacking off. Don't tell me you're getting sentimental all of a sudden. I guess you could say that. I hate to bail like this. I really did hope to see you kids through to your graduation. Bro, this school is gonna fall apart. They're adding a bunch of new students. They have less teachers. They're screwed. You really think Michael's sister's gonna work anywhere near as hard as Toa does? Nah, they're screwed. The school's over. I hate to bail like this. Man, I gotta say I never took you for the sappy type. He doesn't know. What's the big deal? You're just going back to your old Crossbell stomping grounds. Ain't the end of the damn world or anything. Hell, if anything, I'm glad to see you go. It means one of this adult to get on my ass about something stupid. For all the growing you've done that amount of years could still use some work, punk. Don't get me wrong, it sucks to go, but I'm not worried about things going south without me to help steer the ship. You guys are pretty capable now, not to mention you still got Reen and Toei. Couldn't be in better hands. You say so. It's not wrong. I don't think the others will have any trouble with those two around. You know something, Ash? I realized it a while back. You and I, we're not all that different from each other. Alright, who are you and what have you done with the real Randy? I'm serious, man. We both have, let's say, colorful pasts, and we both tend to put on a brave face and not look bothered over anything. We also tend to act laid back and try and shoulder things all on our own. See where I'm going with this? One of us has committed real murder, though. Well, okay. At the very least, pseudo-murder. But it ain't all bad. Sure, we had rough starts, but now we got places we belong, so I know people who respect and accept us. I guess what I'm trying to say is, it wouldn't kill you to lean on those around you every once in a while when you need them. Being there for others and being able to count on them, being there for you is what love and friendship are all about. Jumping at shadows. It's not like I'm trying to use a loner over here or anything. Don't remind me of that mushy crap. I get it. Believe me. Sure, consider a little reminder then. Randy! Doesn't it feel nice? I've made a lot of good friends here. Caught me by surprise too. I think I get so attached to this place, to be honest. There's gonna be a part of me that's gonna miss it. I'm gonna stay a little while longer and soak it in while I can. You going without me? Yeah, but you're going back to Crosspell. Crosspell is gonna get to be free and independent for, gosh, who knows how many days. It'll be so fun. Okay, I guess we just want to go into the building again. I probably definitely could have split this into 2 parts, but I guess we're just gonna make it one long one. Almost time to wrap up. I cast my vote. Which club at the best event, eh? You landed a vote for my own club, so... Tennis? That was okay. Swimming? Meh. Modern music? Not bad. Tea ceremony? Ew. Cooking? Cooking was... They had a restaurant? I think chess, man. Alright, I'm a comment too. There we go. You hung your queen. You should have had maiden 4 turns earlier. With that, the afternoon portion of Thor's Branch Campus Open House came to an end. The visitors departed the school grounds in good spirits, satisfied with the festivities. As soon as they were all gone, Principal Le Guin summoned all the students and faculty onto the field for another assembly. I'm pleased to announce that both the morning lectures and afternoon club activities were both very warmly received. Suffice it to say, the open house proved to be an excellent showcase to the general public of how far we've come in such a short span of time. Couldn't ask for a better conclusion to an eventful first year of this campus with you all. Success such as this is only made possible thanks to the hard work and effort put in by every person involved, no matter their role. Impressively, despite the many hours you all have put into this, not a single one of you looks exhausted, now that it's behind you. If anything, I see excitement and anticipation for the future in your eyes, a wonderful sign of what I'm sure is a good year to come. That being said, it's time for today's main event. Huh? I don't get it, all the visitors are gone, there's nobody else left to see this. Talking about the club voting? You're pretty lame if that was the main event. We will now announce the results of the first Student Council presidential election for the branch campus. Oh no. Oh no. Ain't nobody said anything about an election? I knew it. I fucking knew it. Ash, your ass is grass. You thought you were voting for club president? Wrong. Everyone else was voting to make you do all their work. It's me, Mitt, everybody's favorite engineer. I'll be your MC for this next segment. While Director Toa's over there tabulating everybody's votes, let's give our candidates one last introduction. First up from Class 9 Military Finance is the branch campus's highly capable social butterfly. You know him better as Stark. Next from Class 8 Combat Tactics, it's the branch campus's heaviest hitting ever considerate sister figure, Lenora. And finally, hailing from Class 7 Special Operations, it's the campus punk with a heart of gold who everyone trusts, Ash. What? You shitting me? Goes without saying, this is the inaugural Student Council election is a very special occasion. As you all know, these 3 students were nominated by their respective classes, and when all is said and done, one of them, Schwarzer, what's the deal? Mind telling me what the hell's going on here? What's there to explain? The ones who serve on the Open House Executive Committee get to run for president. Your efforts running things and helping the clubs get ready were essentially a campaign to show everyone what you're capable of. Oh god, Tobel fucked me. I tried to help his ass out, and now I'm the dang student council president. You gotta be, this is news to me. You say, I thought I told you to give him a rundown last week. Instructor, you see how I was reacting. If I told him he was up for election ahead of time, he would have quit on the spot. So I decided to leave that part out in the interest of the student body. But you set me up. Look, what Muse might have been a little mean, but we all did come together and choose to nominate you for president, Ash. Are your heads on straight? If anyone's suited to be student council president, it's Phony Locks over there, not me. Well, you could have been Mr. Mr. Hotshot Honor Student, while Philly would have better, and she's a freaking loose cannon. If anyone here would do, well, almost anyone except Little Bunny probably. Altina would have actually been my choice. I feel like she's the one that makes the most sense to be student council president of Class 7. She's already like the representative. Or the person to be student council president from Class 7, I guess I should specify. You could have been a little more discreet, but I don't disagree. I'm neither suited nor interested in being president. Well, in my case, my hands are already full at the duchy. You don't do shit, alright? Besides, you know me, I prefer scheming in the shadows over work out in the open. Less scrutiny that way. Not a rag of shame to be found. As for me, I'm busy, Kurt Vandering all over the place. In that sense, I don't think it would be right for me to lead other people. Or, not right now, anyway. I forgot how to swords dance. I'm useless right now. And I'm the last person you'd want to be filing paperwork and doing all the other administrative stuff. That's fair, you're more the type who prefers being out in front, leading the charge, rather than commanding from the back. Taking all that into account, we were led to the realization our best candidate for student council president is you, Ash. It wasn't simply a process of elimination, sounds like it. We nominated you for your ability to get things done, and also to support others. And plus, you weren't there to object. You fool. Never listen to Toval. Accepted, Ash. At this point, it's too late to change your nomination. I'll admit, I would have preferred if you were to properly volunteer for things that got underway. Be that as it may, I also happen to agree you're the best man for the job, Ash. This isn't funny, you guys. This ain't something you just... Ash, about to call up Toval. Get me in the Bracer Guild. Get me out of here. I'll do the damn cross-continent tour. I'll do anything. Look, there's Instructor Toa. That must mean... There you are. Leave the rest of you. You got it. And now, the moment you all been waiting for, the final results are in. Let's see. Wait a second. Unfortunately, it looks like one person's vote had to be invalidated. Went to the chess club. It says, I swallowed myself with excitement. Hard to disagree there. Unfortunately, that's not what we were voting on, so it doesn't count. Well, that's what the ballot box is about. Damn it. Anywho, on to the final results. It's third place with 4 votes. It's Lenora. 4 votes. 4 votes. Take what you can get. Thanks everyone who voted for me. I really appreciate it. In second place with 5 votes, we have Stark. No, you don't do second. When it's only 3 people, you just say who won, man. To be honest, I'd be lying if I said I'm not a little disappointed. I was all ready to take the mantle and get to work. Or you say who won first, and then who came second is, you know, obvious. Hard to complain about coming in second. If those 2 came in second and third, then that means... I think you've all narrowed it down, but finally in first place, with 10 votes, exactly twice as many as our second place candidate, the Thor's Branch Campus first ever elected student council body president is none other than... Ash Carbide from Class 7! Congratulations! The camera pans over, he's gone. Good for you, Ash. There's nobody more perfect to be our president. It was the final, push he needed to leave the branch campus. Agreed. I always knew you would win. Are you shitting me?
You? Student council president?
Laugh of the century, right?
You're not gonna really do it, are you? You just don't know when to give up, Ash Carbide. It's truly pathetic.
You think I don't know I'm unfit for it?
How couldn't you? You're so weak, you can't even beat me. How the hell do you expect to set a good example for anyone?
I said I know.
You'll never stand shoulder to shoulder with anyone. Never as a friend, as a confidant, or as a leader. You can put money on that. Whoever voted for you must be out of their damn minds. It's beyond laughable, isn't it?
Who do you think we got? I mean, we got all Class 7, of course.
Come on, Ash. Let's hear you laugh at this farce. At the biggest joke of all. Yourself.
Shut up! Shut the hell up!
Yeah, Schwizard. Took you long enough. It's the occasion, Ash, and why'd you call me up here? I thought you just assumed that Reem would be stalking him. Can you talk about something? You could say that, yeah. Got something I need to tell you. You might want to make it quick. I was going to be starting the after party soon. Things can't kick off without the man of the hour, you know? An after party, huh? I call it a farewell party when it's all said and done. I cut to the chase, Schwizzer. Resigning from Thor's, is that it? What the? How the hell do you know? Give me a little credit, Ash. It's my job to stay on top of my students and their thoughts. Yeah, Reen actually has the ability to read people's minds. He does that all the time when he's doing his NPC talking. People will be having private conversations that somehow Reen can just hear. You read me like a freaking open book. Happy now? Because I sure ain't. Let me ask you this. Does this have anything to do with what happened between you and the Emperor? His Majesty's doing just fine now. He's back to full health. And he personally forgave you for what happened. It's water under the bridge. You don't think I get that? Because he's forgiven me doesn't mean that I can. So your solution is to pack up and leave, is that it? Yeah, that's right. That's all I had to tell you. Peace. Ash, wait. I respect your feelings, but I want you to stay with us. What's in it for you? I thought about playing the good instructor and listing off a bunch of rational reasons why you should remain here. And I can tell you thought this through and feel sincerely about it. I won't try and reason with you. I'm simply going to speak from the heart. Ash, I really do want you to stay put. Not just because you're one of my students and I'd hate to see you go. I consider you a friend, a partner who's gone through a whole lot with me this past year. Don't give me a break. Just once, can you not turn this into some corny-ass speech? You'll live. Think of the rest of Class 7. I think they'd be pretty sad if they didn't get to graduate with you. Yeah, right. Well, like what happened with your gen, I'm the only one dropping out here. Ain't nobody gonna miss some good-for-nothing jerk like me. You don't really believe that, do you? You need to open your eyes and take a good look around if you believe nobody here appreciates you. What do you mean? Wait. He's right, Ash. That's not it at all. Son of a... You guys heard all that? Not all of it. Some of it, but some. Though it seems the instructor was aware we were here. We got the gist of things. I have to say, it's about what I expected. Everyone's worried about you, Ash. You've been acting off for some time now. So you guys were on me the entire time. Great. Not just us. Look. Ash. Aw, damn it, you two. Are you really going to drop out? Think so? Look at the bright side. I'll be able to read in peace without my dumbass scaring you. You should be happy. But it won't. I did find you intimidating at once. But you're razor focused when you read your books. You even recommend ones for me to check out sometimes. Never have a problem, even if it's silly. You always go out of your way to help me like it's no big deal. Most days we both read in silence, it's true. But over time, having you there has made the literature club such a cozy place to be. The silence won't be the same without you, and I'm so glad we're in the same club together, Ash. So glad. And I'd rather it stay that way. Tatiana? My, look at her pour her heart out. Honestly, what she said goes for all of us. I get that you've put a lot of thought into this, I really do. Nobody's denying that. But we're just as determined to make it to graduation together. Every one of us, as a class. We'll do whatever it takes to make that happen. Don't think you can bail out on us so easily, mister. Indeed, you're being rather narrow-minded about all this. You really should reconsider. Not to mention, I did lose to you in today's Panzer Soldat scrimmages when you caught me by surprise. I would be haunted to the grave if you had the chance before I had to settle the score. If you ran off before I had the chance to settle the score. Kinda forgot a word there. Don't forget me, I'd hate to see you go as well. Then I'd be the only one tormenting our dear instructor on a regular basis. It'd be so lonely without an accomplice. As the instructor in question, I'm not sure what to make about that one. I wouldn't be particularly upset if you left. Allie! However, I would be sad if I was unable to graduate with you. That much I can say for certain. And because... not just Class 7 either. You're appreciated by everyone on the branch campus. They need you here. Today's election results are a testament how vital you've become to our school. Hey Ash, what are you doing standing all the way up there, huh? Okay, so you three, that's you three plus Tatiana plus Class 7. We're missing a vote. Did Reen get the vote? Not for long, we're about to head out. Hi, we're coming to the shindig tonight, you two. Or you know? Oh, we got something special for you there to celebrate your victory. So I hope you're getting pumped. Yep, see you there, Mr. President. Yeah, they all probably voted for Ash. I could see that. Not you guys too. Their timing couldn't be more impeccable. I'll say. Whatever, I don't care what any of you say, I'll give it a rest already, will ya? You're legally not allowed to leave. Once you enroll into Thor's, you're there for life. Principal Le Guin, I didn't realize you were still on campus. Something I forgot to mention before I get to that. Ash Carbide, you don't truly think you can leave this academy so easy with so much unfinished business now, do you? Huh? So what if I do? This branch campus hasn't seen a single student leave our ranks to date. Not even the war could shatter our perfect record. Oh no. It actually is. You're legally not allowed to leave. As principal here, not about to permit our first desertion in such a shameful manner. Are you for real? Boy, she's really putting the screws to him. I can see her point. Given the circumstances, of course, she wouldn't be all that inclined to accept his withdrawal. That's kind of fucked up, though. If you really insist, I shall let you go, but only if you agree to fulfill one last assignment as your condition for graduating. Oh no. Yeah, what kind of assignment? You must demonstrate the fruits of your education at this prestigious branch campus as one of its first students, something tangible. Thor's is an institution with deep ties to the imperial family. You must shoulder its legacy without shying away from it. Surely you owe that much to His Majesty the Emperor after all that happened. Hard to argue against that. I agree, that sounds like a very reasonable thing to ask in return. I thought I was just gonna fight. I gotta do art. Not to mention, I believe today's election offers you something of a unique opportunity, one you'd be foolish to pass up. Damn it! What makes y'all think you could boss me around? You have no idea what I'm thinking. I just hate to say it, but you brought all this upon yourself. Are you gonna turn tail and run from these thoughts, or you confront them head on? Choice is yours. Shit, you guys are playing real dirty, you know that? Ganging up on me, go to me at every chance, going straight for my damn pride. How am I supposed to run off in peace now, when you go to all that trouble? Then does that mean... Let me make one thing clear. I ain't staying because you guys all cried crocodile tears, nothing like that. I hate the thought of ditching this place when I've still got stuff left to do. Fine, I accept your dumb assignment. I'll make good on it so hard it'll wipe that smirk clean off your face. Meanwhile, till it's time to graduate, you better believe I'm gonna putting all you guys to work, and that goes to the new kids. Oh, do you all have requests to do now? Ash? There's the Ash I know. Yeah, Ash, can you admit how you feel, really feel just once? I think at this point I'd be more shocked if you did. Agreed. At any rate, this coming year is shaping up to be a rather fun one. Can't wait for it to begin. Ah yes, Carbide, about the other thing I forgot to mention earlier. Student Council President is permitted to select who gets to fill the other roles in the Council. No election necessary. Oh, no. That is all. Don't let me down now, President Carbide. I shall expect great things from you. Sounds like the Branch Campus Student Council is now officially underway. Better get to work, Ash. If you need me for something, I'll be happy to be treasurer. I just want to help however I can, make your life easier as president. I don't think the principal will give us any money, so we don't need a treasurer. She's the best person for the job. She's already in charge of the Branch Campus's accounting, after all. Oh, that's right. I have to get ready for the after parties. I'll be heading back to the dorms now. Not so fast, phony lock. You're not trying to run away from me, are you? Was it that obvious? Clear as day. Everybody's just freaking creep at this damn school. Seems like nothing to worry about. Also, that ends well. And stirring up trouble until the very moment I step out of this campus, I swear.
So, you didn't run away.
Yeah. No matter how lame I may look, I decided to stay the course.
You already noticed, right? That curse of yours vanished a long time ago.
I know. You're nothing more than the manifestation of my own guilt.
Finally put 2 and 2 together. Guess it's time I was on my way then.
No, that's not how this works. You're not going anywhere. Probably not ever. But I'm gonna keep moving forward, even if it means crawling on all fours. So you just sit there and watch.
You sound pretty dead set. Fine by me. Make sure I get a real good look then at the future you've resolved to create through blood-stained hands.
On Ash's second day as student council president, he decided, nope, it actually sucks. I'm leaving after all. Thor's Brains Campus First Student Council. Treasurer Tatiana, Secretary Stark, Supervisor Lenore. Is the whole damn school going to be on the student council? Vice President Muse, President Ash. Verified by Principal Aurelia Le Guin. Well, I feel comfortable saying this is, like, the best Daydream by far. Like, it's not even that close. I would say that's the one Daydream in the game. It and maybe, like the tournament that I feel like are on the level of some of the best Daydreams from Sky 3, or the best Star Doors / Moon Doors. Like, that felt pretty much on par with, like, Close Moon Door. Maybe not quite, I don't know. I would say it's on par. I don't know if it's necessarily better or, as good, but it's on the same level. I think I maybe like Close a little bit more, but I think that one was very, very good.
Slab of Reminiscence activated.
Definitely my favorite. This my least favorite. And I mean, the tournament, I mean, it doesn't have like a lot of like emotional weight or character growth in it per se. I was actually a little annoyed at the direct plot of, you know, as I kind of talked about, Reen, how he's a character that is constantly progressing, then regressing in character development for the sake of the plot. But I still enjoyed it, like, a lot. I just had a lot of fun with it. The Emma one's really good. These two were not bad. They were actually pretty good overall. Didn't really like Cedric's. I really like the Machias one. And this one as well. But those are more like... more kind of like for funsies. Oliver's was really good. And this one's not bad. So it's like, really, I feel like maybe this one, and to a lesser extent the Oliver one, are the only ones that really like advanced character development in like a tangible way, which is probably my biggest problem with some of the Daydreams in general, is that they have issues where I feel like they don't really accomplish all that much, or they're just kind of like rehashes of stuff that's already been gone over, like say the tournament in regard to Reen being like, I don't want to use my power anymore, even though we've done that plot point like 4 times already. And say like Tita's Orbital Gear thing, which I liked overall, but it's way too similar to the original Orbital Gear Moon Doors. But yeah, no, the Ash one was great. It was just a generally fun time going around talking to everybody on the campus, plus the general showing that Ash still has that guilt and whatnot, which I like. There is a weird little level of dissonance that, like, considering I think of the characters who have done, you know, quote unquote bad things, Ash is one of the least bad because, well, that was the whole mind control angle. And even if you could say that he could have fought against the mind control harder, so he has some personal responsibility there, it just doesn't feel the same, right? As what, like, say, Crow or Rufus did, where they made their decisions of, like, in clear minds and for very personal reasons. Like, for very, like self-gain, right? But yeah, I really, really enjoyed that one. I guess next time we're gonna go finish the 7th stratum. I suppose we keep Witch Squad for now. We will use a different squad for what... Because my presumption is, if the 7th stratum is the end of this, but there will still be, you know, another boss beyond that. And we'll roll our final in-game party there. And then, I mean, cleanup, in case that is the end. Because, I mean, basically, I could see it being that after the 7th stratum, there's maybe not an 8th stratum, but there's kind of like its own dungeon after that. Maybe. Even if it is basically just like an 8th stratum. Like, if it's not actually a set-in-stone, you know, handcrafted dungeon. Kind of like how, you know, in going back to Phantasma, right? You would finish the... I can't remember what they were called back then. They're like circles or something. It was like you finished the last circle, but then you still had to go through Phantasmagoria as like the final dungeon. So I don't know if they'll do that here or not, but at the very least, I expect there to be like their own standalone boss fight at the after this one. But we'll find out next time. But yeah, we'll fight our boss, and then probably maybe just like try and jam through the last of the trial doors as well.
Trial door presented.
It's gonna be a pain in the ass, but just because of like the setup. But we'll probably just take them on like normal Abyss, or at the very least just plus 50. We won't do them on level 100. But alrighty, I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part, and bye guys.